steadily the best.
These are people in masquerade dance known as Ogbangbada Masquerade, also referred to as Ike Masquerade, located in Akokwa, a town in Idiato North local government area of Imo State, Nigeria. The Ogbangbada Masquerade originated from the Igbo people of southeastern Nigeria, specially recognized as a traditional dance and cultural fixture in Idiato North local government area of Imo State. It is often referred to as Ibwebe by the local people. The dance is considered a deeply rooted ancient cultural dance in the old region of Imo State. The dance is energetic, fast and powerful as the drums are vibrant and the people add color to the display of the masquerade.
here. Come on, I Manonya ada juga akan nanti. Kalau ini mana nak kau kepentingan dulu. Dia tinggi ni. What is it?
The masquerade dance is accompanied with a large crowd of dancers and by specialized drums. The dance is handed down through lineage rather than formal training. as the dance is believed to be ingrained in the blood of the people. The masquerade dance is interesting and accepted by all as it creates fanfare in the community. It brings people from far and near to come witness the display of the Ogbangbada masquerade dance.
TV, certainly the best.
The man went out to bring in thugs to come and beat her.
Yeah.
In a situation like that, do you think women would have seen that and still want to speak?
Really, we're talking
That's
about.
what I said. So
that's-
when they bullied her,
Yeah.
now, if she's not bold enough, she will shut up.
What is your advice for girls out there that are so desperate to be married?
We women, we have to be really intentional about our parenting.
If you know a child is being abused or you see signs, a bruise or a child, it has to be investigated.
People barely even breathe when they are going for a shrebi and something.
Party.
You have to be
They can't
smart.
sit
If
down.
you see where they are dressing them up or dragging on both sides, you cannot you cannot breathe. And these women will stay in those events for hours just to keep up with that beauty trend.
Is that healthy?
That's not healthy.
I am Patricia Uremu Gabriels and we're reaching you live from our Lagos Network studio. Of course, Women in Conversation is a program designed for women to discuss about themselves.
ITV, certainly the best.
Hello and welcome to Women in Conversation. We call it WIC. This is a table where the women sit down, we talk, we discuss things affecting the society, not just the women, things affecting the society, but mostly narrowed down to the women. Anyway, don't say we're greedy. We are not greedy. Sometimes we talk about the men, just a little, and hoping in future we'll have one man come sit with us here so we could talk and get their own side. It's always been us talking and our opinion on things. We want to have a man sit with us to come give his own opinion, or maybe representing the men, if we so to say. Anyway, thank you for coming to joining us on today's edition on WIC. As usual, I don't do this alone. I have in my house, in the house, my women. I have Edith Majidomo. Edith is the CEO of Golden Touch Collections. Golden Touch Collections. If you see her, you know that she has a golden touch on fashion.
Oh my God. Good day, and thanks for having me.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. And of course, I have Ayo Ali Balogun. Yes, it's a compound name. It's a big name. Yes. Okay. And you are a Lagosian. You are.
Yes, I am.
Okay. We want to talk about
Proudly
Lagos.
so.
We want to talk about Lagos today.
All right, bring it on.
Ọmọ Èkó dandan.
Actually, we say Ọmọ Èkó pàtàkì.
Ọmọ Èkó pàtàkì.
What does that say? What does
So
it
it
mean?
means an eminent Lagosian.
Just where we say Oyedo pàtàkì.
Pàtàkì.
So
Yes.
which one do I say? Anyway, I leave it to you, the public, to tell me the one to say. Maybe I should, say. No, which one? Awani.
Really.
Anyway, welcome to today's episode on WIC. We're going to be looking at the Makoko demolition. We all know what's been going on there in Makoko. There's been demolition, there's been tear gas, on the people living in Makoko. And it's been a lot of talk. Everybody is talking. and the federal government, or rather the state government, is not listening, because according to them, they have given them the deadline and time frame to move. There's a carpenter who says he lost his 3 weeks old daughter in the process of moving them out from the Makoko. And then also there's another story of a teenager who had undergone, who is a sickle cell anyway, who had undergone the appendicitis surgery, who was not properly healed. Of course, we all know how the Makoko is. It's not a pleasant place to live, but you know, I mean, that's where he finds himself. He was not properly healed when the demolition came on board. And then, of course, we have the story that the surgery and the suture opened again, and then is a life-threatening episode with the teenager. Now, we have a Lagosian in the house. Ayo is a Lagosian. Yes, Ayo. Let me start with you. Don't you think the demolition and the tear gassing of the people, it's too much to, you know, to want to use in sending those people out of the place? Don't you think the government should have done it in a better mode, in a lighter mode?
It's first, the Lord console the carpenter who said he lost his
3 weeks old baby.
3 weeks old baby to the cold hands of death because of the demolition or the aftermath of the demolition. And I pray healing on the person who had a ruptured or,
reopening of the
reopening,
suture.
yeah, of the structure, yeah. So, having said that, you said the use of tear gas, police and the works, you know, couldn't the government have done it differently?
Yeah.
That was the question.
Yes.
The government would have had to go down that route if the people had listened and obeyed. Now, it's very quick for people to judge the government. And I always ask the people, when people go on, oh, government is this, government is that. Government is made up of people, Nigerians, from our system. We understand that over the years there have been distrust and maybe wrong practices and everything. I agreed. But let us bring it back to what we know the average Nigerian to be: audacious in the face of impunity. Very, very audacious. I would like to believe, I'm not holding brief for the Lagos State government or the Ministry of Commissioner of Environment, even though he's a well-known person, and even the permanent secretary, none. But you see, as a Lagosian and as a Nigerian, it hurts when people defy the law. You have notices saying to you, we don't want you here. And you're saying, where would you go to? Where did you come from? You came from somewhere. Census was taken at a time on the residents of Makoko. A lot of them are foreigners. Wow. They are not Nigerians. So it's not a function of, there is no historical, that, you know, people that we say they own that land are not on the waters. Do you get what I'm saying? The Aworis from that side of Lagos are not on the waters. Yes, you could have the Nigeria, and over time they are claiming Lagos, but you can't claim Lagos because we have something called the Lagos State Indigenship Board. Let's put that aside. Now we're dealing with human beings. You are saying, where would you go to? Where did you come from? Okay. If your host state is saying, we don't want you here, over the years you have made money. We can't continue to make a mess of a smart city. Lagos, in the time of the Governor Tinubu and then Governor Fashola, said we're making Lagos a smart city, then, you know, mega city. And based on the SDG goals, I mean, these are things that are beyond the confines of the boundaries of Nigeria. There are minimum standards expected in any community and any environment. So,
Ayo, let me come in there.
Yeah.
Now, they're using force to take off these people from there. Did they make any provisions
That's where I'm going to come
Yes,
from.
you didn't make any
That's what I'm
provision
going
for
to see.
them.
It's not a bad
Not
thing.
using the police to tear gas them to leave. They
It's-
didn't make provision for them.
Lagos,
Yeah,
Lagos is designed to be a mega city and a smart city. We
Now
agree.
a smart city.
Now a
That's
smart
what,
city.
yes.
We agree. We love what we are seeing. We love the development to come up. But then, before you want to quit these people, I'm aware they be sending some notice for them to quit. And you know, we humans are very stubborn in nature. There are other ways to go about it. Just look at the scenario. A young man just lost his child, his 3-year-old,
3 months, 3
3
weeks,
3
3
weeks
weeks,
baby
yes.
because of this incident. And another person is in a critical condition. These are the ones that have come online for you to see. There are 1,001 that are there that don't even know how to go about it. They don't even have the avenue to come online to say, this is what I'm going through. Now, if you want to dispatch these people from this place, there are many ways. There are several better ways to go about it. Not the throwing a tear gas.
Yeah.
You have pregnant women there. You have old women.
You have
have children. Then you have people with disability that cannot actually walk or run. They don't even know how to go about tear gas of a thing. So people are asthmatic patients are there. They are all there. You should put this into consideration before you start throwing tear gas. Fine, when people are defy the law, there are other ways to go about it. Why? I think there is road that leads to this Makoko. Don't they have a road? I would have preferred they have a block. They block the road, so people cannot go in or go out. You know, they should have prefer a better way rather than this way. Harsh way. It's rather too harsh. If you ask me, it's rather too harsh. Then, when you want them to leave Makoko, these people have been there for years. I'm aware of that. I'm not a Lagosian, but I'm aware the people have been there for years. They have old women, grandchildren, and all that. They have schools there. Did you have a place for them to stay? There should be a plan B. Okay, we are moving you guys from here to this place. Even if the other place you have for them is not convenient for them, at least they have somewhere to put up. At least they have somewhere to
start from.
To start from. Like you said, they are not Lagosian. That during the last census, they discovered some of them were not Nigerians. Fine, they can still go to their place from there, not from the water. Are you getting it?
I'm digesting everything, and I have responses for everything.
Okay, let's have your response.
Okay.
Okay, so first, the young man who lost his child is quite unfortunate. But if the average Nigerian who is obstinate and continues to defy the law values his or her life or property, you do the needful. You know, there's something we say in Yoruba, Ojeja, you dare the law. And this is my personal opinion. One thing I know for certain is that I, as a consultant, management consultant and trainer, I work with the public sector a lot.
Okay.
And I know a lot of the interventions that are put in place. You also said that you are aware that notices have been sent. Let's take, for example, somebody is taking over your space. You have warned and warned and warned and warned. Would you appreciate the police coming to rub the person's head and say, please, can you just get out? You know, we're trying to have a sheriff.
Oh, no, you are getting it wrong. I didn't say...
I'm not getting it wrong.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is just that I understand that the use of tear gas and all of that, if they valued your lives, see, your life is your own, no duplicates. The average Nigerian would display impunity in such a way that it would irritate you as a fellow Nigerian, would look you in the eye, and even the police. So the RRS, the task force, beyond being the Nigerian police, are trained on certain things. They won't just go in without the expert say so, without putting human face to stuff. That's one. Two, you will relocate people who are ready to negotiate with you, or people who you are taking part of their land, or who have experienced disaster. You will relocate them. Lagos State have IDP centers in Lagos State. Are you aware?
Yeah, of course.
So when people that's okay, road is taking, we have to demolish this place because road has passed this place, kiniko. they relocate such people. Where you have natural disaster, they relocate them. But people who have built houses on canal, and the government has come to bring down the houses, will tell the government to relocate them. Or the people who have encroached on the land of the people and the water space of the people over the years. Makoko matter is not, even when as far as
not just today.
Not just today. So you can see the obstinance of the people determination. They started by maybe a few houses to 100 houses. Now it's so littered that it's an eyesore. Lagos State is working hard, expending so much money to be the smart city that you and I, who pay taxes, are proud of.
Anyway, ladies, I see that we can't come to an agreement on this, but my take is there should have been a proper way of
so when you say proper, I need you to explain what you mean by proper.
Maybe providing a space for them to go. You know, the Makoko we're talking about, it's not as if these people are comfortable.
Do they make money?
Well, is it enough to take them go rent a house?
Hello? Do you know what it takes? When you buy tilapia fish, 5, it's at the cost of 25,000 naira, 30,000 naira for a piece of 5. That money, is the money taxed? No. These are people who are under the tax radar. These are people who enjoy the benefits of free education, free schooling. And you're now talking about free housing. The least they can do for themselves is to put some money together and go to a proper place.
Okay, we're going to be going on a break. When we come back, we'll continue on Makoko and then other topics we'll have lined up for you today. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. We're still here, WIC, Women in Conversation. We are actually talking about the Makoko demolition. And then Abiodun, who is, sorry, Ayo.
I'm also Abiodun.
Oh, wow.
I'm Ayo.
Ayo, who is a Lagosian, is telling us that the government's action is on the right course. And then, of course, my dear princess, who is like me, we're both not Lagosians. We are considering the people thinking that, okay, a better way should have been done in handling this situation. But anyway, let's quickly move on. But before we move on, what's the last take on this? What are you going to say to the people of Makoko and to government?
Now, so this is when you say that Ayo being a Lagosian and you and Princess, you know, you're not Lagosian, you're looking at it from the human angle, you make it sound like the Lagos State government is being unfair, is inhumane, and that's not it. Check the history of Lagos State. Lagos State is a warm, receptive state. It's why it's a cocktail of all tribes, dialects, races in Lagos. Yeah. You understand? We need to appreciate that. And I think it's very unfair for any person to become very audacious in the face of their hosts. And that is what we're seeing in Makoko. They go to free school, they use free healthcare. And I agree that
free school?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Lagos State has free schools. So now before we go, my message to beyond the people of Makoko, and first, yes, I'm a Lagosian, but proudly Lagosian and proudly made in Nigeria. Patriotic Nigerian, beyond being a Lagos person. So this is me, my view, not just because I'm a Lagosian, but because we want a country that works. And if a country must work, rules, laws must be abided by. I agree with you that human face must be put away. But when you said they should be moved appropriately, how appropriate would you move someone who is ready to fight you for you wanting to claim back your space?
They weren't fighting anybody. Nobody fought anybody.
That is
They did not actually fight anybody. They were not giving opportunity to even come close to them. They were tear gassed unaware.
But
they
are
took them unaware.
They have been told over time, several times, to leave the place.
That doesn't give them the right to spray tear gas on women, on pregnant women, on people that have health issues.
I understand.
No, it doesn't give them that right. There are proper ways, or there are other ways to do it, or to have done it to avoid the disaster that we are seeing right here. I believe you are not so happy with what you are saying.
No,
You're
to
not
be
happy
honest,
with
I'm
the-
not happy
the-
that the people were obstinate. I'm not happy that they forced the government to do that. It is not the will of the government to attack its people or to punish its
Nobody
people.
can actually
No.
fight government.
Okay,
face to
okay,
face.
ladies.
You know
No,
that.
but you can.
Let's come to. I just asked one question.
Yes.
What are you saying to the people at Makoko, and what are you saying to Lagos State government to, be able to move them peacefully?
So, to the residents of Makoko, not the people of Makoko,
The residents of Makoko. Good. Okay.
Yes, the residents of Makoko. It's sad.
She has just differentiated.
Okay, the residents
The
of
residents
Makoko.
of Makoko. It's a sad that, you dared the government and forced the government to be heavy-handed with you. However, I beseech you, for the sake of peace and continuity, to move on. Life, as we have seen, is evolved. Nobody lives on the water shores like that, defecating in waters. Change is happening. Technology and all of that. Let's latch on that and do our fishing with dignity.
Let's do our fishing with dignity.
Lagos State government, I want to say a big shout out to you. And then yes, I agree with my sisters that maybe we could do things. There's always room for improvement. But this is not castigating or blaming you. I acknowledge what you have done, and I acknowledge the fact that you keep expending millions and billions trying to make Lagos a smart city.
I believe Lagos State will just be proud of you.
Okay.
You actually
Okay.
spoke like a
Edith,
Lagosian.
one word to the government, to Lagos State government.
Lagos State, the government, they are doing well, they can do better.
Okay.
Thank you. There's always room for improvement.
You are doing well, you can do better. There's always room for
Shout out to
improvement.
the PS and the Commissioner
Shout
for
out to
Environment.
Lagos State. Anyways, okay, let's move on. We're still in Lagos State. We're talking about Lagos.
Yeah.
There's been this increase of rent in Lagos State. We're still here in Lagos State.
Let me
We are
remove my
resident-
eyeglass.
We are residents of Lagos State, and there's been a lot of cry. People are crying out how the house rents have been increased. People are closing down their little shops. That brings them the daily income because of the increase of the rent in Lagos State. And then again, we also understand that we know that the federal government has said that landlords and landladies will start paying not tax, I think insurance for their houses. Do you think this is the reason why the landlords and the landladies are increasing their rents? Because we need to know why, and we need to get in the Lagos State government into this, because a lot of people are crying for help.
Do you want to go
Honestly,
first?
Yes,
Lady?
do you want to go first?
This is long overdue. This issue of house rents increments every year, is year in, year out, is long overdue. We're actually waiting. We are crying. We are crying for government to come to our aid. I don't know. You are just talking about landlord be paying land use charge. There's been
No,
land use
insurance.
charge.
Insurance,
Insurance.
not
Okay,
the
there's
land
been land
use
use charge they are paying. If you look at it for the past, let's just say a year or two now, the percentage of increment in Lagos State is too much. It's just too much. Today you can be paying 1 million, and the next one, there are some landlords that increase their house rent yearly, on a yearly basis. Who does that? Then you go again, when they want to increase, they don't just increase by 10%, 20%, you hear 70% increments. Where is that coming from? Then the one that actually tripped me off my feet is the agents. I don't know how Lagos State government can come into this. The agents.
I think Lagos State government had come into that.
There are lots of laws.
Yes, there's a
on
law
this.
that.
I just want to use
are they abiding by these laws? Because what the agents in Lagos State they are doing is, I don't know, is unhealthy. It's killing. You will be paying your house rent for instance, at a million naira, and the money you are paying to agents will be close to that. Like you are paying like 700 to 800 naira for agency fee, an agreement fee, and caution fee. It's killing. If you are paying that as part of your rentage, it will be good. And to some extent, you pay ahead your rentage. Not you paying that to an agent that just show you what did he do for you. Just take you to a house, and that's all.
Okay.
It's too much. The
Ayo.
way they are going about it is actually too much. I think they actually need regulation. The government needs to regulate that part of it.
Ayo.
So, hi. First, I'm really proud of what the federal government is doing. Until recently, you know, I told you that I do management consultancy. So I recently just found out that, you know, the mandate of the Ministry of Finance, Lagos State, includes insurance. So I'm so happy to hear that landlords are now mandated to take out insurance on their properties, which gives, because you look at it, when they increase the rents, what are they doing?
With the money.
They don't pay the
But
house.
that insurance is what has brought to the no increment.
No. So first, let me now backtrack. Lagos State, in fairness, I mean, as at the last time I checked, compared to places like Port Harcourt and Abuja, was relatively, in terms of fairly priced until recently. Now, recently being that there has been an avalanche of new crop of people who are called developers and JV ventures, who are beginning to force, you know, rentals, yearly rental people like us out of our homes, sadly so. Now, before now, proud to now, I know that during Mr. Fashola SAN's administration as governor of Lagos, tenure, he had lots of laws in place.
Yeah, it was working then.
It still works till now.
No, it's not working.
No, but the thing is, do you approach the appropriate agencies to seek redress on the matter? Most often we don't.
Yeah.
Do you get?
Most of we are not even aware of the agency.
No, that's the thing. So
can we reach the agencies?
You can reach the agency. Now, first, you have the Ministry of Justice. Filled with so many things. You have the public defender, the Kiniko, mediation, and then you have the landlord tenant people. So when people come up with such matters, I say, go there. You don't even need a lawyer. Go there. And these are people who are willing, because they are also, you know, some, if they're not experiencing it directly because they're staying in staff quarters, they know somebody who is going through something, and they're just
family
human.
member.
And then they're also just human. Now let's not bring it back to the basics. You're talking about rents going up. Remember when pepper, gari, rice, everything just shut up?
Yeah.
Nobody was saying anything. The prime was like, this Tinubu administration, this, that.
No. People were saying something. As at that time, we know because that was when the bandits of a thing was.
Okay, so you had the bandits.
Yeah,
issue.
because our farmer didn't have time to go to the farm. So the few people
they were kidnapping them,
they were scared to go to the farm. So the few of them that have the nerves to go to the farm, whatever they bring out of the farm, they will sell it high. And the demand then was very high. So that was why you see the price going up.
Okay, so for things like rice that is not farmed, so you have the issue of, you know, that and all the yams, and let us bring it down to other things that are not even farm produced. Okay. And livestock here in Lagos. For no just cause, you now began to hear that, okay, FX, foreign exchange was high, this one, petrol. So since when petrol went down, did the prices come down?
No, Nigeria know how to increase.
Thank you. So it is not just the landlord who is greedy. Every
Nigerians we are greedy. We are greedy in nature. I think that is by nature.
The government will try its best to regulate. If you are bold enough to take your landlord, but you remember what we said before we came online, that when you go to court, you don't stay friends. So people will not go to the government to ask for redress because for fear of saying, leave my house.
Most often it's landlord that takes tenant to court. You hardly see a situation where the tenant takes the landlord to court.
Okay. On a softer note, what can we do? What is your advice? 1 minute, please.
So personally, I think that people should become emboldened. And then also, we as Nigerians should also put human face to things. The level of greed and desperation, you see, it's too much. This is daytime colonization. Now, this is Nigeria colonizing other Nigerians. You're being forced out of your house because your landlord has been offered a JV opportunity that he or she can't turn down. And then where do you go? I mean, I have my personal issue concerning that. I have experiences, and all I just would say that as the average Nigerian, beyond just Lagos, because this is not just peculiar to Lagos, as a Nigerian, please let's be kind.
Let's be kind to one another.
Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah, we should learn to be kind to one another. Before you display somebody from your house, be kind. Think it twice. You also have family members that send out somewhere. You know, before you make increments in that your house, think about it. Think it through. 10%, 20%, 20%, 30% is okay. Not just all of a sudden you increase 70%. Then they should look into this agency issue in Lagos.
Lagos State has. Lagos State has.
There is not working. The agents in Lagos, they have this union that once they've called the amount, if you are taking a flat, you are taking a mini flat, there is this certain amount you pay as your agency fee. There is this certain amount you pay at your, what do you call it?
Caution.
Caution fee.
Yeah.
Agreement.
So,
who are they doing the agreement with?
No, so the agreement is legal.
Okay.
So you need to, now let me tell you
have
something.
Have you been to lawyers to write agreement?
Now,
they write the agreement by themselves. They bring the letter for you to sign.
No, which is fine.
You are not getting that.
Every time I rent a property, okay, I take my time to go through the documentation. Okay. I have a right.
Yeah, you have the right.
To say, I agree with this, I don't agree with it. Do you know why we don't pursue the right? It's because if you are willing to take it, another person will come and take it.
They're not taking you to any lawyer. You are not going to any lawyer to write agreement. They bring the paper. They have the paper in their file.
Yeah, so so that is the thing. It's their copyright.
You know the one that even tripped me. Let me tell you. Let me give you this. Maybe you are not aware of it. There are some landlords that don't give their houses to agents. They will be the landlord. They will collect the money for the house rent. They will take the money for the agency. They will take the money for the caution and the agreement.
When you take
what do you
such
call
a house,
that? Is that greed?
Yes.
That is more than greed.
So when you take such houses, be sure that every 6 months the landlord will have an issue.
And you have some houses that will tell you, as you come into my house, you pay yearly NEPA bill. You pay yearly Loma bill.
No, you can't tell me to pay yearly NEPA bill because now it's.
Take a look at this increment and then do something to it. I mean, because Nigerians are complaining bitterly. Anyway, we come to the end of today's program on WIC. Edith is speaking as if she's gotten an experience, but anyways, we'll leave that for another day. It's going to be Valentine very soon. We're going to talk about the Valentine Day. We will talk about that some other day before the Valentine. Stay hooked and listen, because you want to know what Valentine is exactly. People talk about gift, people talk about love for Valentine, but I say stay loved, love people as much as you can, not the other way love, you know, but the Bible also said so. Jesus said, love your neighbor as yourself. So when we do that, it becomes a better society for us to live in. I am Patricia Uremu-Gabriel. Thank you, ladies, for coming.
Thank you for having us. And it's lovely chatting with you.
Same here.
ITV, certainly the best.
Waya bota now. Ugi bota we say niwa. Na ya fere bahabe uza no gbera. Magwa kan ehun. Mana terun wa dole wo na yi. Solobo no gla owo. Ma ya fere na nirun. Na ma la o da o. Owo wa ri ma. Owe ewo idun ni ma ye. Ewo ni ma na nirun. Eni ma nirun ge no salobo la no ge ase ni ma ya fere. Oba atokpe se anyway den na mala ma agwa kan ihe wo ihe bi ha kinewo wo kine owa ni maye ihe so ba na gihe mu maria iru ni manano ya na ogbo egwa ye be na den na ore wa go tan Victor Bizugbe
de na wo wa de na wo zamu wa ya bi total Africa pa ti wo wa ni wa gbe okoto ni wa dan he emi na ha gwa hu da na tere ma
wẹ́rẹ́ àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìwé ya àríwé mi ìwé ya lòdẹ́ ọba àtọ́pẹ́ yìí.
Iṣẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ wa ọ̀tàn pásítọ̀ ọ̀hún lámúrè.
Ìwé ẹ̀dùnọ́gùn mi wà bí ẹni ẹ̀ka yìí fún ibùsọ̀ ọba gọ̀ ya rọ̀ wà bí dàn yìí ọ̀sà ọba ẹ̀gì màmí òkú yẹn rè gbé o ọba àtọ́pẹ́ yìí.
Iṣẹ́ ihe me osa obosa je no ye o no ri edo ba yo ka o do ya fe na be o ka gbo ri ya fe me le jo tu wa ya osa ba no la no mo ku yen ri ne do ya fe oba to pe ise e tan ni ga ihe ibi no ki imae oni ebote course ma na tie no bi o na tie na wo na guven o na tamo ya tie yo be we na wo we ni wo na ya tie yo ihe ni ohia ni ihe dole ni yi so pa we ke ni na dole mi yi uda wo emu he yi ni no ma ye yo bo kan o ha jo ma ri rai o ha jo ma mu o do le yi won ere
Akabo.
ke ni na dole mi yi ni we ya ri e ni no nya mo na ri won ihe ni ogbo wa ni ni wa otewe Victor Bizugbe ihe oye no manora na tie ye wo no
Ihe na tie ye wo. Ugbe nwan ne ban. Na we ihe agbada no mo neva no. O ga gbe wo bona o gbe wo bona pa. So pa ihe no mo ye gbe vio. Ihe keke be bo opa yan hin. Ti an ju fi kian. Ebi ga sono ma uti hen yo. Waru da gu ti hen ye mi. No ya pris no mi ya ye mi we emi ni. O bo ma be he ero emi no ogwe o kaka bo yo bo dai. Ihe o wa nwe na no bun. Ma mi we wo no ma hen. Emi na ye no de o ma na dagmen. Do won no roto temi na ati hen yo ogwa mana hen ona ye no uligi aro to tonu na ati hen yo wo na ayeke ihe awe muladia we won na we na wo na ga hien na ga hi usi na ga temu ni giro to ason ya ro avan ya ro do wo bi amase ti awe amu yo ma be obo ati hen yo e ba ni hen na so agbo ma dole mi iyi so pon ọ̀wọ́n wẹ́ náà gíyẹn agìvíọ́ èmi ni wẹ́rù ní àbẹ́bí ìkùnúrú wẹ̀rẹ̀ owó òrè náà òsì ẹgbòrò wa àyàmú ihe rẹ̀ òkè kí òhọ́ ẹ̀ma ihe ní àárẹ̀ ọlọ́gọ́ ọwọ́ àárọ̀ omi òyì ní àyè tẹ̀mtẹ̀m ní àwúlò pọ̀pọ̀ hù ní ihe náà tiẹ̀ ní ehin àwẹ̀ ọlọ́run yàrá náà kò kíyàn ní ọ̀gbìn yàn ní.
Ise ma yibu wedi otewe pastor ihe mewe zebe omusa lobwa evinu movement we ya gwani ihe no na te Bible ihe no so ero gbesonia a record I view gunda dia be owe e Bible have o ye ve ba pe ya gbe ogbeso muda edigun ọpa wuwe e Bible iye no re Bible no ote
domono wa talk e do no pe wo won tare magwa kana no da e ma na oyi iye ke we oriaki na mie iriaki na mie bi iye ke oho na tie repercussion no ye oloroma no le lo koria no da wa nyise afia gbele leria wa ho iyen le leria e ba no salo bana ka bu we bi no wa we iyen ye yoto aro ke bu we zokpa eri afia gbe be roto afia gbe ke biye we zokpa wa we miye umiye wa mi we mierun ebi afia gbe o be mi afia gbe bere ri mata ba be bi no wan o salo bo ayagbona ye onwe iye ilele ya fe no na te 10 commandment no ile ogi gbe ni no ro iye oga okike thou shall not kill uga ki ne oni uriye abiye okike Emma, we not make a ban on highway. Any not call arrow, I swear me one. akọrọ ema yo bọ ma kọ
Aro.
wa kiri yẹn ètè ẹgbọ́n ma ọ̀dẹ́nàdó zọrì ẹgbọ́n ma wa lélu ọ̀bọ ni ọ̀yẹ́wé nà gẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ni ta ìbọn gẹ̀ nọ̀tọ̀lọ̀ ma gbé
Not Irekpe.
ìrèpè wà á fi gbogbo wọn á fi ìrì èso wọn mana kàn wọ́n yà tún mu wọn èyí ìrèpè ọ̀rẹ́ wa ọ̀bẹ bọ́mẹ nyàwẹ́ ọ̀bọ náà ẹ bẹ tọ̀ lọ wẹ́ẹ́ bẹ dúró bọ́ yẹn mi sùnú dàwẹ́ ọ̀sì kàn mú ẹ̀ nẹ̀ èrìyẹ́ mi ìyẹn kì ọ̀ ẹ̀sẹ̀ pọ̀ yẹn lè gbé fìyà ọ̀wẹ́ kẹ́ wẹ́wọ́n wẹ̀ tọ̀ lọ àná wẹ́ yà tọ̀ lọ yà ewu ẹgbẹ́ yà nẹ̀ ìwìnàrẹ́ nẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ yà tọ̀ lọ wà nẹ̀ ọ̀wọ́ ni ìyẹn ma amẹ́fẹ́ làkọ̀wà wọ̀ ìyẹn ká so àgìrìpá àso bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ìrèpè yà bá èyà gan sàmọ́yọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ nẹ̀ èrìyẹ́ mi yẹ kí wẹ́rẹ́ àwọn ẹ̀nẹ́ mi ọ̀sẹ̀ tí ra rí ènìyàn ẹ̀ mọ̀ òkèké ẹ̀ ma nù dá ìyẹn tọ́sí ọ̀ma kọ́tọ̀ ìyẹn ọ̀yọ̀ma mìta ìyẹn ọgbọ̀nmadínà yìí mi ìyẹn ọ̀sẹ̀ ọlọ́rọ̀ma yọ̀ma ẹgbẹ́ dọ́gba èmi ọ̀pá náà kiri ẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ yẹn ẹ̀ma ni búrọ̀ èmi wẹ̀ lágbèrè àná wọ́n bá yẹ mi yẹn nọ wọ́n dà ọ̀sán ọ̀pá yẹ mi fẹ́ nẹ̀wẹ̀ ẹ̀wẹ̀ òràwẹ̀ òràyè òrí yẹn nẹ̀ ẹ̀wọ̀ náà òràwẹ̀ òrí yẹn nẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà bẹ́ẹ̀ ayé wẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà wáyé ẹ̀rẹ̀ ni kéè náà gbọ̀ tí wọ́n ẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀bẹ̀ yẹn náà bọ̀ mi gbọ́ à wọ́n náà wọ́n mọ̀ pàmò adẹ́rìn yẹn wọ́n dà ẹ̀rẹ̀ àrò wa yẹ̀rọ wa yẹn kí kíá ọ̀sálówó dùn àná dẹ́rẹ̀ ẹ̀ níbi náà pàmò adé gbé láyé náà wọ́n náà tiẹ̀ ẹ̀rẹ̀ kéè ọ̀rí gba òdu wọn náà wẹ̀ á wọ́n náà wọ́n yẹn náà sàwọ́ bá tiẹ̀ wẹ̀ wọ́n náà wẹ̀ wọ́n ní akínú wọ wẹ́mi yá wọ́n náà wọ́ tún ẹ̀wọ̀ ó pè á nà tiẹ̀ bẹ́ ọkùnrin yọ̀ maka gbà ọ̀rẹ́ bẹ́ yọ̀ maka rí ẹ̀ ọ̀bọ yẹ ọ̀rẹ́ dáadọ́ ọkùnrin rẹ̀ ìyẹn ní ọ̀gbogbo yẹn kí ẹ bẹ́ ìyẹn náà rẹ̀ ọ̀sọ̀ wọn náà wẹ̀ yàwọ̀ ẹ̀ kábí lọ́dọ̀ pa ọ̀nà wẹ̀ wá wẹ̀ ọ̀hún yẹn má mẹ́rin nìyẹn wẹ̀ ọ̀nà wọ̀ ma ìyẹn wẹ̀ nìyẹn ká ma náà wẹ̀ ìyẹn ènú bàbá ìyẹn dé nù àdùzà ọ̀nà wẹ̀ ẹ̀sàgìọ̀ tún ẹ̀ nùtọ̀ mìíràn ọ̀víẹ̀ bùnyẹn rà dé nẹ ọ̀nà wẹ̀ gìyẹn tá ma wọn náà wẹ̀ èébé wà kíyàn ọ̀nà wẹ̀ ǹda èébé àkpòrú ẹ̀dín lọ́wọ́ ọ̀nà wẹ̀ ìyẹn rọ̀ ẹ̀dá gbọ̀n nẹ n'ọ̀rẹ́rì mi ọ̀kẹ́ àfihàn gbẹ̀gbọ̀ ẹ̀kẹ́ ọba òun bẹ láàmà wá ọmọ bẹ láwọ wá òun sàmì náà máa ń wọ ọmọ bẹ ń wọ àmì náà kó bọ̀ wẹ́rẹ́ ọ̀nà tìǹrà dì nẹ àbáwọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ mi àdé ké tó a fi ẹ̀dẹ̀ náà yẹn náà ń da ọ̀rí yẹn nẹ ọ̀sánúgbòdo àti yẹn nẹ wà gbọ̀n máa ń yàrá àzígò ó gbẹ́ ẹ̀ mú fúwa ó gbẹ́ ẹ̀ mú fi ẹsẹ̀ ó wẹ́ẹ́rẹ́ àwọn ọmọ mi náà dẹ̀rẹ̀ wẹ̀ ìyẹn ni dé ọ̀rọ̀ alọ́rọ̀ máa ní ẹ̀mí ẹsẹ̀ ẹ̀ zọ ọba àtọ̀pẹ́ yìí.
Ìṣe anyway wọ́n dá ẹ̀rìn màtánà wọ́n ní gbàmá wọ́n dá ẹ̀rìn màtánà wọ́n gbéra gbéyé wọ́n dá ẹ̀rìn màtánà ó vàrà kó ọ̀ iyú ẹ̀ àkàrà ní iyú ẹ̀ àbíọ̀ ó gbọ́ wọn àní àwọn ọ̀gbọ̀n wọn bẹ wá ó yà á rí àzẹ́ ìwó umeke náà fi umeke náà bò wá umeke náà yẹ mọ́tò ihe nìyí ọ̀wà náà nyàmì nùwẹ̀ yà rí e ó bẹ tiẹ̀ wẹ̀ ihe màwọn ẹ̀bẹ̀ dó àwọn ẹ̀bọ̀ yàrá àwọn ẹ̀bọ̀ ni náà yà mẹ̀tí abẹ́gẹ́ náà yóò hàn mú ọ̀wá wẹ̀ àyà tiẹ̀ bọ̀ náà yọ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà fi àyè ọ̀pọ̀ ayẹ ìsàgò èyíà ẹ̀bọ̀ yà fẹ́ nìrẹ́ do ìmọ̀ ẹ̀ àwọn ẹ̀bọ̀ ni nọ́mìkẹ́ náà yóò hàn mú ọ̀wá ẹ̀ nù tukọ̀ àwọn owó kọ́ wẹ̀rù mọ́nàṣẹ́dá yà wẹ̀ bọ̀ ọ̀nà tiẹ̀ kẹ̀kà tiẹ̀ ni ọ̀sọ̀ wà ní ìgbẹ́ ihe ni ọsọ ma ni ọsẹ wípé ihe ọmọ ìrìíríà ihe ọmọ ẹgẹnẹdẹ ẹnumàwẹ ńlágbóhùn ọgẹdẹ mu yóò tọ ó zẹ ká yẹ bẹ ọmọnyà ẹ èké nínú wẹzẹ yọ ni ihe nọ ọmọ rẹ náà wọn náà mọ ọgẹdẹ ni ihe ni gbẹ ọkì kẹ ẹ pẹ ọkẹ wú sọpọ náà yẹ náà ihe ń lè lọwọ èké ọwọ èké àrùn yẹ ihe nọ ẹ̀mìn wẹ̀ tá náà tiẹ̀ nọ wá ọmọ náà wò ó dà wẹ̀ ìyẹn ni ó lè lẹ́sẹ̀ kìnnìún rí àṣẹ ìyẹn ni wọn ẹ̀ ìmà ó náà mi gbẹ̀sọ̀ wẹ̀ ìmà ni gbà ó rí mà ní ayé tiẹ̀ ni mà wà mí nà yé nà nà ní yá zèrè wẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ nà ọba máa yé ni awẹ́ ẹ̀dín wẹ̀ awọ́ kàyélè táyì yín àfi hẹ́ sọpá kàyélè sọ ìyẹn tiẹ̀ ìkwárò àwọn wọ́n ni ènìyàn fẹ́ yọ́n ènìyàn fẹ́ wọ́n fẹ́ ni ènìyàn odo fie wo ye la to ma gwebo tele yi awe no dio we wo pa ihin to ori ye fi epo ben we we hin ma se we no ma ko se de we ye gwa o ma da ro ba o ma da ro wo we o la to ma be o wa vi osisi ai agun ahon ai mi ai ko kuli akwa webo bo so po we we wo ni o we bo he aye ekere ni ga vi ese ebobo wede ebode na aduwa edolo pe mo da we emi ni he o yin mata na we ma no ma ri he o ta na bizugbe ihe
ma me na wa gwa na ihe na wa ha na asubo ye gbe ihe oyere no ha mo ma gbe ye fi igbera wu nebute SSS o da we yi nu we hu da e ma so wa re wo o wi atuba gbebo mu eyeli we ni ra ri to ya atubero wa mu ogbe ori wa o ga kian so pon be ni amana ra we ya amana du o yi hu da we etigu we ara mewe ya ma we ropo na gbin abere o we na ba ya ogi asin de mi he ya sin ka ni gbin ya ti he mara gele we na ni mari o ya yi na o ya ti he yo mami ihe ona be mu eyo we negi o ma we eri gbera ekenu pe ise o to na we 50 by 100 we wo pa wa ọmọ be ro wa u ya mu 100 by 100 or 150 u ya mu no nya nu we fi obo yi ni se ti go esin hu digo ego ebi no kan ya ki eke ori he o ti he no ori oni no kan we ho no gwa lo ma no wa be mi ku ni e kan si eyo wa we ga ti e ogwa le mi ami ewo won gbege awe no de o eze po yo kokko ilukuluku gbodo akun egbemu okun egbemu nu we ihe ni oroyo egbene o ga se pe yen do kin o kan du ado we ya ere ma na te o ze pe awe ye ti ladan wo wa hu da be ku no ru ihe oyo egbene o ma ko ma no we mi no ma ai be okeka we we no aye awe me ne ga ya bo wa adogun na yimia ara yimia abese ti be kihe gburi egbe ba edo yimia yo ne bowe no re be no hwa ewe u ya confess why make a confessional statement ya mi eko masalobua osalobua ya bowe eri o be ye o ma no rewe mi ihe na oyo wa ni la egbe ne ona do mi ekwe ona kiye gburi egbe bo abese ti o be fo egbere hundoni oke keni ma yo bowo we ya le ni he ma ke keni ma de ye gbegbe hunda na ye gbevio igbano legbe wi o ma ko wa no ga we sarieti ni o ma wu ya ri awo o wu ya dole wo yi etinari nu we ni we na ya dole wo yi ihe wa esike edugboru we ye ara owo mo na wa be mi ku una fi aito una ari ya webo ewe ri ropa so pa o wa ni na fi gbogbo yi done ra o na samo ogo ba meze awe ho kekan we yin ogbo igun ma ogbe kekan ihe kan na we gbe obo atokpe
ihe magwaka ni wa we no da hi mana we fi oboyo gbido uri enye so na owu e onye ge owu we mu la wa uduro mura no wa no nya na asora ya ri amami wa we ebode uda ihe ofian utome ona te so mi piye a gboso won wo owo kigbesi ye a gboso no imanibu yan wa pa ma ka wo yan gbele yan o but ni bu wo yan fi obo yido o yan ru no ma keke eduna ile emi emi he na mi we ni wa egenede ka sunu yo via sunu yo kwa eba sunu ye bonibu ti yara mu na mi we o ma ro ho wagele ya tiani yemi onwa no we mi ni ihe na fe wo waro wo ima ne do ma ri oko aya bi yen oni emani me a wera me ya o bi yen weso owo ko na owo o fi owo yo ha owo e ma fi owo yo ha we do bi yen eso we yen gele fi owo yo ha abidu we be ra mi we emi ni ma o marun ai funda o mi no be ki ladia ile no nya wa anu nya ko we ori awa ho ni oro awa iye no ni wan mi o we o se e we to bu o no wo ko afian no fi we oro no fi o to me negi aba me dagbe ya iye ma mi na sikegbe mi na sikegbe so pa wo bo we ni kata si iye odo le mi yi eje ni ria eje bo ria we ewe ọmọ náà wèé náà gbèmí náà wà dùn áyé wẹsọ wẹgẹ náà dẹ ẹ dẹ kókò owó wa wà lú ẹ èmi náà rí a ọkẹ pọ lọ òtẹ ẹka ó wà azíbá ó wà dẹkókò ó dẹkùn ẹ òtẹ ẹka àwà ẹyìn náà iye sọ wẹrẹ ọ àyẹwò ẹ bá fà ọmọ èmi náà sí ẹ ní dáadẹ wò wẹrẹ ọ náà má mẹ èmi má ní ọmọ èmi náà sí ẹ nàná mi wẹ ìyàn ìlú ẹ. Ilele na te lo uhi awa ihe lohi. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Yera ye bodo yi. Okay, Bible di retara di wa. Ihe no. Udadu hi ne dado ele lewo. Ke na lele court, ke na lele wowa, ke na lele awerima, ke na ege baba ho. Emi una ema. Una we wọ́n ní ugbómi náà gbẹ̀yọ ọ̀rọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n rí yẹn ugwu èmi àmì ẹ̀yìn ẹ̀kí ni ma ó sábọ̀ náà mi máa fà náà mi èmọ̀ ni máa bí àfà wò tẹ́ àwà kìí yẹn ọ̀tẹ́ rẹ̀ pàṣọ.
dọ́mọ̀ ọ̀nàná ẹ̀bọ̀n nínú ìwé ẹ̀dùn ọ̀hún wà mí ìrìnà ya náà náà dé sí inú káyọ̀ mẹ́ ìyẹn èmi náà wọ́n ká máa yẹn wíkí mi rà náà máa yẹn gbó zẹ́bù wọn náà gbọ́n bí ẹ̀dùn pàtàkì nìwẹ̀kí no yemi no me mo ave ko won we eni kemi na agbona na me ero wa we mi si ero wa we da ero emi yen na esoro na tie o sanowo do ayagmo ona je yunwe erun ohun afia gbe ona be je yunwe iyen nuwe kenu yime ko yime nuwu yin okeke ole lomani uga nyise afiangbe buwede wa be nyonge dan una te iyeni obi bo mande usalo bo atai ebi no wa wi ye yoto aro kebuwu owe zokpa yemeji yoto afiangbe kebiyen we zokpa nunda emi no ma ko oro iye soro na tie no ma wa we esoro na ya bo agbon to agbon oro ugawe uyegbe vio eso yiye ya buebo beneri mata eba aimogo wegbo aiwogo beze aiwogo gaba bi yeso iye no eme soro na mego akwon awona ya gwa luto ara iwe na weto we mi ye ugbeso ko fi owe yoa awe owe mi ye ibi ekwon mi a odo ekwon mi nda oleba ene odo bo yawe mi agwa na ni iye olawa ni ado awon mi wewewe amai weri omo wa de feto pa emi wa sunu emi yon lawa atae yo to ni aya rile owani aya rile eboni aya rile won tagbon melo salobo rile won tagbon na orile sonya unye ugawu bene ni mata bible no wa be oya yebota thou shall not ugawu iye le lo mani wa be we mi esi afiangbe le lo e be soro na o salobo wa afiangbe nu de ni esi ni ewu ye ga mi ko no ro emi o ko e mi yekin e ma afiangbe be kin da do bonu ri fie mi ge orewe iye na ya hwe iye nu we zese yi aya ebu edowe iwe re gbeta iye nu zese yi iye nu we ya hwe kwa aya ebu edowe oyo mana oyo we na re o ma no re gbedia oji no igbedia awe na ede kotwe wa ebe seba abe bu ede be yo we ede we na abe mu ezo na be gui ori mari e ma we ta fan for ye ri igbedia ni ologo ma ni ye lele gian ede na iwa wewe aze yoyoyo ejoji kai we ofo wa ya gbewa ede re agi mi won se na la ona zobo mi miye nunda okeke oho e ma
wesi anyway na zobo bi koko ko ma edoro pewo wa mi eyin ni buro ni he si yebo ologo wa ni he si yebo obo sense o ke ma so bowo na mi we ihe osaba no eje mu ewo ria awano rebo uyinaji ya se gba be abe politician ni se boyo oteso gebo iya ori we ni he se eminu we inu awuna wọ́n lè lò jẹ́ nu na tí a la wọ́n mú rẹ̀ iye kẹ́rẹ̀ àáyá rẹ̀ ìmáwẹ́nu wa rẹ̀ máa ò sábàrójú wáyá mà ṣùgbọ́n àìwẹ̀ lò jẹ́ máa tà ọ́ lígi lọ́rọ́ náà ẹ̀mí yẹn ọ̀rún sinmi àyè náà ní ìmọ̀nà ìwà lẹ́gbọ́ gbèlè mà náà ń wà mí ẹni àmì òde nọ́tù ọ̀dọ́ àwọn àárẹ̀ owó ebe àwọn àfihàn àfihàn ẹ̀mọ́nìrẹ́ owó ebe níbi díẹ̀ ní ẹ̀mí ìrìnàkín àwọn àfihàn àlàwọ̀ wa àyíjẹ̀dẹ̀ ní èsòwọ́ àwọn amúgbòrò akẹrẹ ihe wẹ̀ẹ́ nì wẹ̀tọ̀gbọ̀ ọ̀nàwọ́ nì ibi wẹ̀rù ní sọ ihe ewé wàárù nì nọ́rí ó sì làdẹ wẹ námú wẹ ìwò náà àyọ ìrìnà wọn ni mara mi nọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀ wà rẹ̀ ẹ̀ ihe nìkan ẹni yàkẹ́ ní wọn ẹ̀bùn náà wà láwòwò abẹ́ òtẹ́sẹ̀rẹ̀ wàárù sọ ẹ̀ nọ́rí kọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ nọ̀wárí yẹn mwe nuaru no man na ne nu
when I saw diomebo yogwe diomfio boye oven okeke are mu na be oya mu na wa so a ori
ni anyway ọ̀tá ẹgbẹ́ wẹ́sẹ̀.
Ẹ̀ẹ́dọ̀nà pẹ̀lú nálà àwọn ayé mi náà wèmí ọ̀wẹ́ náà tẹ́lẹ̀ mà náà má míàmíà ọ̀rí ọ̀ ìwúkú nálà àwòwò rẹ̀ ìyẹn má rè gbé ọ̀sẹ̀ míàmì ọ̀sùnwú ọ̀sùn ìgbàgbà ọ̀sẹ̀ ọlọ́run máa yóò wá nálà ọ̀nà yóò bí má sí èmi ní ibi o hádórí ẹ̀ ọjà ìwó kéèké ọba àtọ́pẹ́.
iṣẹ́ ọ̀tá mi.
ihe ẹ̀yìn náà máa yẹ gbẹ́dẹ́dẹ́ gbé ọ̀wẹ́ ònùnáyà tì hẹ́n ìrẹ́yẹ ònùnáyà tì mí àmì ẹtí ẹnu náà ti yàrá yẹ báyìí húdọ ni ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ náà yìí òpá yìí kù wàgì máa lẹ̀ ní hẹ́n húdà wẹ̀rẹ̀ ìgbọ̀n rẹ̀ bọ̀ kí ẹ lè gbé wí ọ̀wọ́n náà lè gbé mi ní nẹ̀ ọ̀gá rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ akọ̀ kìẹ̀kìẹ̀ yìí ọ̀sẹ̀ tí yàrá yẹn ẹ̀bẹ̀ dẹ̀ náà àpẹ̀ àfi wèrè náà ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ ẹ̀rọ̀pá ẹ̀gúwá bí ẹ má gèsè gbá ìdí tó kù ìtú wàhálà níbi náà mi hàn náà tue awe evonire ekabetu tue manire igosa atokpe
me anyone me tue agboya fe keniri ye kovia keniri yo kori on wo de ke ya fe osaraba wo no mu here no dade bo ya fe oba atokpe
ITV, certainly the best. ITV, certainly the best. ITV, certainly the best.
All right, it's another lovely episode of your favorite rendezvous for men on television. And I'm talking about the Guys Hangout Show on Independent Television, reaching you live from the city of Benin. Yes, of course, it's always a pleasure to have you join us on this show because on the Guys Hangout Show, we have very important issues to discuss. Now, tonight is not going to be a different ball game because we have something very, very important to talk about. And of course, I'm not alone. I've got someone in the house with whom I'm going to be doing justice to this topic. He goes by the name of Emmanuel Walter. Welcome on board, bro.
Thank you for having me this evening.
Thank you for doing me the honor of being on the show with me. We have a very pressing issue, something that is becoming a problem, or should I say a challenge in the society. The growing rate of crime and criminality among the youth in the society. If you take a look around you, there's always one, story or the other about crime. Okay, someone is either being robbed or being kidnapped, right? And it's something that has eaten so deep into the very fabrics of our society. Now, what do you think is responsible, for the growing rate of crime in our society?
A lot of things are responsible. A lot
First
of
of all,
things.
say hi to the viewers out there.
Okay, good evening, good day, viewers. It's nice coming here today to on Guys Hangout. We're all guys, we chill and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So back to what we're saying.
Yeah.
A lot of things spoil crimes. A lot of things trigger youths of these days to go into crime.
Okay.
But there are some major factors, you understand? Stuff like unemployment. The rate of unemployment in the country is very, very high, you understand? And you also see, if you check most of these criminals these days, but 80 to 90% of them, they came from what I would say single homes.
Single homes?
Yes, they were
single
parents home. They were trained by either a single father or a single mother.
Okay.
You understand? And drugs is another thing that fuel crime.
Okay.
Access to drugs. You imagine a 13-year-old kid or 12-year-old kid already having access
to drugs,
to
substance
like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So these things are part of things that fuels crime. You understand? Let's say for unemployment now, imagine someone who has not eaten, who has no job, he has no money to take care of basic needs like shelter, clothing, food. And all those stuffs like that. An idle mind is the devil workshop.
Yeah.
You get. So what comes to that person mind now? When he's alone, doing nothing, he's jobless, he's not mentally engaged. Stuff that comes to his mind that, how can I get this to achieve this? For they start thinking, should I do ritual? Should I go and rob? You understand?
So what you're saying in essence is that to such a youth, crime is a means to an end.
Yes. Crime is like the last option.
The end justifies the means.
Yes. Crime is like the last option. Then drugs, you see a kid, 12-year-old kid, like I said earlier, having access to this illicit substance and start taking it. The next thing, you see your friends, you can't fund that thing now because you're already addicted to it. You get, you're already addicted to it, and you need to fund, you need to keep taking it for you to keep moving. The next thing you are thinking is how to steal from your mother, or how to steal from your father, or how to just look for enemies just to get
just to be able to afford those
just
things.
to be able to afford.
Could that be the reason? Could that be because some of these substances don't come cheap? Some of them are expensive.
Yes.
Okay.
It's part of the cost because now everybody needs it, and in the market, if you look at the market today, most of the stuffs that are in high demand, then they are expensive. You get, they are expensive because the seller will tell you that you have no choice. You need it. You need that thing. You have no choice but to pay the amount. If they ever tell you 10,000 naira, you guys to pay the 10,000 naira.
Wow.
You get, because you yourself, you know that you need that thing. You know what that thing, the value it has for you. So that's the reason most of all these drugs, they come really, really expensive. And now coming expensive now, youths that don't have jobs, you get, that takes this substances,
yeah.
They tell you this thing now is 10,000 naira. You have no job.
How do
you can't even afford 1,000 naira.
Yeah.
You don't have 1,000 naira on you. So how can you afford something of 10,000 naira? What comes to your mind? Stealing. You get?
Yeah.
Stealing comes to your mind. Or let's say, okay, you stay kidnapping now. You want to, let's just run one street. Let me use it in their own terms.
Yes.
More your run something now. We go one or two. We go all put small change for pockets. The next thing, if we just run this eat now, 1M for your come out, 100K for your come out, you get. So them is big money.
Yeah.
And in most cases, when they do that thing, they won't use the money for something
reasonable.
They'll squander that money on hard drugs.
Wow.
Get.
Okay, so what role does peer pressure play in all of this? I'm sure you know what I mean by peer pressure.
Yeah, peer pressure plays a lot of role.
Okay.
For instance, now a child, because let me use myself as an example. I was brought up.
I'm asking this question because people say that evil communication. I think it's even scriptural.
Yes.
That evil communication corrupts good manners.
Yes, corrupts good manners. I was brought up by a single father. You get. I was brought up by a single father, so most times I'm always with my friends because my dad was never available.
Okay.
Was never around. So most times I'm always with my friend. So being with my friends, I want to do what they are doing. You get. Imagine in that scenario now, I see a friend, I have like 3 friends. 3 of them, they are smoking.
And you're in their midst.
And I'm in their midst. After I try this stuff, the other one, after I try, within 2 to 3 weeks of associating with them, I'm already in it.
Especially since your dad is not around to
protect you. Caution me.
Caution you.
Yes, I'm already in it. From taking cannabis or those stuffs, we are indulging in other activities, other more dangerous activities. For we start sleeping outside, coming home late at night, clubbing, from clubbing to we start growing. Let me just say we are growing in bad activities, those activities, illegal activities. You get. So that is one of the peer pressure role that plays. Peer pressure, you want to do what your friends are doing. Let me give you another example. Let's say a kid now is in a society where he's not welcome at home. The house is scattered. You get. The house is scattered. So he finds solace outside. And the people he mingles with outside, they are the big boys. The big girls. And their means of income or their lifestyle is a wayward lifestyle, illegal means of income. You want to be like them, you want to feel among, to avoid criticism. You get. You want to be with them. That fear of they won't take you as their own.
Don't want to be left out.
You don't want to be left out. Thank you. That is one of the role peer pressure play.
Okay, let's talk about poverty in all of this. Poverty has been known, to be a major, should I say, driving force for crime and criminality. A lot of people that go into crime always, cite poverty as an excuse. Some of them will tell you, they can barely survive. Apart from the unemployment is, closely linked
related to poverty.
But you see, beyond unemployment, some people are just poor. They are in abject poverty. And for them, crime and criminality is the only escape route from poverty. What do you make of that?
Yeah, poverty, unemployment, poverty, they are related. You get, but there are some set of people, they were born poor.
Okay.
They worked
so they
their
have
way
a poor
out.
Background. Okay.
Yes, they came from poor background. They worked their way out of poverty through legal means.
Legal means.
Legal means.
So you're saying, in essence, is that you don't have to, take to crime or criminality to break out of poverty.
To break out of poverty, you don't have to. So those people that tell you because they are poor, let me say they are lazy people. You get, they don't want to work hard. They don't want to go through the legal source. They want a quick, okay, now let's say social media. Someone who is poor, you and your classmates that went to the same school, was in the same class, good buddies, close friends, tight friends.
Yeah.
You get, after school now, you're on social media, you're scrolling through Facebook, and next thing you see, that's your classmate, that was your very close buddy back then in school. He's doing well, he's doing fine suddenly, and you're like, ow. You get,
and then you are probably not doing so well yourself.
You are not doing so well yourself. Two things: how you want to link up with that your friend, you get, or how you want to make your own self comfortable to be like that your friend.
Okay.
So that when next you guys see,
you can measure up.
You can measure up.
So you don't begin to feel less of the person in his presence.
Yes. You get. So now, when you are thinking those stuff, you are thinking what to do. In most cases, you are able to link up with that your friend. You start begging your friend, Omo, I want to use the local man language.
Okay.
Omo, I broke, I not get money, life hard, I never parents, I never chop since money. You get, and now your friend like, afar bro, chill, okay, let me put you through, see what I'm doing. Let's say the friend is into illegal means, and it shows you, and you are desperate. Desperation is another thing.
Desperation.
Yes.
Now, before you throw more light on the desperation part, I would like us to go on this very important break. It's still the Guys Hangout Show on Independent Television. Please stay tuned. All right, welcome back. It's still the Guys Hangout Show on Independent Television, and tonight we're discussing the rising spate of crime and criminality in our society. And I've got Emmanuel Walters right here with me to discuss this. Now, before we went on that break, Emmanuel, you were talking about desperation as a factor, responsible for crime and criminality.
Yeah. Like I was saying earlier, desperation is another thing that drives the mind of a youth.
Okay, so you're saying when a young person is desperate to succeed?
Yes. It can go any means. It can go any length. Just to make money. You want to drive that latest car, you want to wear that latest designer, you want to eat that fine girl in your streets. You get those things. You are desperate to do those things. That motive, you must do it by all means. Desire. You get. Now, you see your friend that it tells you that this is what I do to do it. You are desperate. You are thinking also, if I decide not to follow my friend's advice, not to do what he's doing, you get the way my friend would say, look me. There's a way he's going to take me. He's not going to take me serious. You jump into it. Without thinking of the consequence. In most cases also, you just say, okay, let me just do it once. Once the money come, I will use the money, invest, I will use it and quit, you understand? But once, it's very sweet. You really enjoy the funds. You go again, and before you know, you are full-time. It's a full-time business for you. That's it.
Okay, so let's take a look at the government's role in all of this. Because we can't talk crime and criminality without examining the role, or should I say, the action or inaction of government, you know, as regards this. So what do you think the government isn't doing right?
A lot of things the government isn't doing right. I will say this in my terms. The youth are the symptoms. The government are the disease. You get? Because in many cases, I'll break it down for you. I'll give you 2 examples. Now, there's an election coming up. This government now, they want to rig election. You know, the country system, the system of the country. They give arms and ammunition to these youths who are desperate to make money. They give them, they just put small change in their pockets. Okay, do this. Now, those youths, they have done what they were asked to do.
What they were paid to do.
What they were paid to do. The government forgets about them. Imagine a young man who has a gun at home, that hasn't eaten, that hasn't paid his house rent. His wife and his kids, they are looking at him. You get?
Expecting so much
from him. And he has a gun under his bed. What do you think his next move will be? To go out in the night with that gun to rob. Another scenario again now. Okay, we were able to catch some criminals. What are we going to do with those criminals now? You dump them, you put them in prison. Let's say you caught an 18-year-old kid. You put him in prison. The prison cell that you kept him in, there's another adding criminal in that cell. What do you think is going to happen? You are just breeding
more criminals.
You get? You are breeding more criminals. That kid now coming out, let's say you give him 1 year imprisonment. After 1 year, is in a cell with about 3 or 4 adding criminals. After 1 year, he comes out. What do you think is going to happen? It's going to be way more worse than how he went in.
More deadly
than how he went in. You get? So governments, there are a lot of things they are not doing well. First, they should create jobs for the youth.
Okay.
It's one of the major things we keep talking about.
Because I was going to ask you what you think they should do right.
Yes. Jobs. They should create enough jobs for the youth. And we should also talk about rehabilitation. Yes. These kids, let's rehabilitate these kids. Let's put them.
Do you think we have the adequate facilities to make that happen in this part of the world?
We don't have. This is another place government should look into. You get? I think in some Western countries, most Western countries, we have prison for girls, prison for women.
And then there are penitentiaries as well, especially in the US.
Prison for kids. This prison, they don't just put those kids there for doing nothing, ad labor. No. They go to school, they are being taught, they have therapy classes.
They even have skills acquisition
centers in the prison. So after the 6 months, 1 year that they are spending in the prison, when they come out, they have something doing. Their life is way more better than when they went in.
Okay.
You understand? They have something doing. They learned that the life they were living before is not the life they are supposed to be living. You get? So government should focus on rehabilitation and jobs.
Rehabilitation and jobs. Now, how effective is the criminal justice system in rehabilitating young people?
It's very, very poor. I don't think I've seen any...
Because we're still talking rehabilitation now.
I don't think I've seen any rehabilitation center in Nigeria. I don't think we have. If we have, please let me know. I don't think we have any. We just see a kid, we just dump them in prison, say it was an armed robber, it was this, it was that. Take him to Oko, take him to Kirikiri. He goes, serves his term, he comes out. What do? You just make that kid more angry. He's pissed with you for putting him there. He was trying to survive. He was looking for what to eat. You get?
Okay.
He was trying to survive. He was trying to make a living for his family. Trying to make his father or his mother proud of him, his younger sisters proud of him, before you put him there.
And this is not a justification for crime, though?
This is not the justification for crime. You get? You place him there now. He's thinking, if he comes out, how is he going? How is the family going to accept him?
Okay.
Yet, most cases the family will accept him, okay, because he's their son and stuff. Most cases they won't accept. Sometimes if the child will be too ashamed to go home, relocate to another state, start another crime there again. Because the state you are going to, you know nobody.
Okay.
You are starting from square one.
It's a neutral place.
You understand? Now you are back to the same crime again.
So the circle continues.
The circle continues.
Okay, now you talked about dysfunctional homes much earlier.
Yeah.
Right? The fact that some, children are from dysfunctional homes.
Yeah.
There are children who were exposed to lots of violence as kids, right?
Yes.
Especially when they were still in their infant stage.
Yeah.
Right? They saw their parents, indulging in
different stuff.
Exactly, indulging in violence and all of that. And that, in turn, has shaped their mindset. How do you think this also contributes to crime and criminality?
They say, there's this saying that they do say when I was growing up, charity begins at home. Yet, the father, the mother, they are the best teachers. Way more better than those in the school, than the ones we meet in school. Now, I see my father every morning smoking. In the evening, the same thing.
Okay.
The next day, the same thing. Same routine.
Okay.
Every day. To me, it's a normal thing.
Okay.
It's good. Before you know, I'll start it. Maybe the one that my dad just kept somewhere carelessly. Let me try this thing and see how it feels. You want to
experiment with it?
Yes, I want to experiment with it. And before you know, I'm in it. Let's say a scenario where a father is beating his wife. The man is beating his wife. The kid, the same thing, he grows with that mindset. He grows with that mindset. And the next thing is making his own relationship toxic. He's already beating his own wife because it was what his father saw. His father would tell him that you are a man, you need to control the house, you need to control your wife. Don't let your wife control you.
And that's his own way of controlling the home.
That is his own way of controlling the home. The kid will have that mentality that that's the right thing to do.
All right, quickly, before we call it a wrap on the show, right? What's your final word? What's your advice for young people out there who are already neck deep in crime and criminality? And of course, those who are also thinking of towing the same line, in less than a minute before we call it a wrap.
For those thinking of towing the same line, I would say there's no gain there. There's no gain there. I think we have to look for other ways. They have to look for other ways. Legal ways to survive. Because most of the factors driving, the major factor driving this thing, they want to survive.
Survival instinct.
Yes, survival instinct. So they have to look for other ways to survive, legal ways to survive. And the government, the family, the church, the society as a whole, the community as a whole, they have a major role to play in this.
All right. I actually do wish we had more time on this show, but you've done justice to this topic, and I must say a very big thank you to you, Emmanuel Walters,
my pleasure,
for being on the show with me. It's been the Guys Hangout Show on Independent Television, and we'll be taking a look at the growing rate of crime and criminality amongst the youths in the society. Well, crime is a menace that needs to be stamped out of our society. Well, I think that responsibility doesn't just lie on the shoulder of one person, but it's something that we must all rise up, to stamp out of our society. And that responsibility must be taken up by, both the citizens and the government. And the bulk of the responsibility lies on the shoulders of the government. Well, it's been an amazing show so far. My name is Harry Aigboje, and until I come your way again, same time, same station next week, do the right thing, stay out of trouble, and bye for now.
ITV, certainly the best.
Omonoba Nedu Ukwakolopolo, Ewai II, Oba of Benin, stepped out majestically with loud crowd to perform the Soto rites of his late mother, Queen Mother Ioba Omoni Ikoyeme, Ioba Ewai II, who departed this world 49 years ago. Isoton is a traditional rite of the procession in memory of the departed person's spirit in Benin Kingdom. It is usually heralded by public display of the departed person's influence during their sojourn on earth. The display of a human effigy symbolizing the departed royal matriarch was preceded by the Oba of Benin, who led the procession from his palace to the Immortan Shrine at King Square in Benin City, where he offered prayers for the repose of the soul of the Queen Mother, Ioba Ewai II. Thereafter, the priest assigned to the Immortan Shrine offered Oba Ewai II items for Isoton on behalf of his family. However, chalk, known as Uri, represented a mixture from royal fans after ancestral spirits were invoked to bear witness and announce his arrival. On his way home, Oba Ewai paid tributes at various pilgrimage sites, including Queen Idia Tomb, the side Oba Market, where a cheerful crowd of traders abandoned their wares to catch a glimpse of the royal personage and join in the celebration.
ITV, certainly the best. ITV, certainly the best.